Oh dear. Let's crack on. Hello and welcome to another MrBetaByte video, and this one's a little bit different insofar as we are looking at a Philips N1700 machine, and this has been modified to play M1500 tapes, which is arguably probably not going to be quite as good as using an M1500 machine just because of the head chip depth, but we'll see how we get on. Another way this video is going to be a bit different is I needed to get this sorted quick, and so how I'm going to sort of record the different bits and pieces and what I'm doing is going to be a bit different. It's going to be sort of little snippets, but yeah, let's crack on, I suppose. And problem with it is that if I just remove the top, so what you do is you get that in there, there's a little gap, and put it out the gap and then just pull the whole thing out. Then what you can do is push this up, and that's what the problem is. It's just not properly lacing right the way round. It's jamming. Now there is a video probably to come out in the future. It won't have come out by the time this is released. Well, I give this a quick test. Got a whole series of videos coming out, a series of 10 videos, just doing a quick check of a machine, and this is one of them. And yeah, basically we just need to find out why. I mean, it's very solid. If you listen to it, you can hear like a clunk. It like hits something solid. I mean, the deck itself is not in great condition. You can see there's lots of rust. Pinch roller looks pretty shiny. Could do with a good clean. Has had a new head drum back in 1996, which is really makes it worth saving. It's also got the AV out, which is great, and it does have the modification on the bottom of this board to give the best results from that, just so the line level out of the video signal is compatible with composite. So you can see there I've got the F1 TTF1, which will be coming up very shortly as well, or may have already been. I don't know. I don't know how these videos will go. But yeah, so I'm going to crack on. Let's crack on. So I'm going to apologise now if you hear lots of kids' voices. There's a sleepover going on. So yeah. But like I say, I have no choice but to get this done as quickly as I can. So I want to take a look at underneath the deck and just see what's going on. So I don't know if I'm really going to see that much. Belts look good. Belts look very good, actually. I'm sort of tempted maybe to just run it and just see what Does this lock? I don't think it does. So we'll just have to prop it open with a screwdriver best we can. Okay, oh, I remember these. These are quite fun to change the belts on, actually. So it's a bit of a balancing act to get the motors to sort of stay where they should, but yeah, is that going to stay? Is that going to behave? Okay, so pushing that lever again. So I can see some mechanical movement there. I don't know whether that, well, that's the pinch roller, isn't it? I did wonder if the pinch roller maybe was causing the issue, but I think it's the top of the deck, and I think it's underneath the servo cum button assembly board. I didn't actually realise how it stretches the belt as it goes. It's really sort of cool. Yeah, interesting. So yeah, let's have a look at the top of the board. Just realised I said top of the board. Actually, it meant the top of the machine. So, little plastic sort of plug and split assembly to release this. You can see the cable there for the dual speed. I did just cut that as a test. So do you remember, does this lock? I don't think it does. Well, got a stretch spring. I don't think that's necessarily a bad... Well, I don't know. I don't think that spring's even original. It looks like somebody's been in here trying to repair it. Trying to get some sort of bonnet stay going. There we go. Look at that. So start. So there's the start, that's that. Okay, so let's see what's going on. Gosh, it really is very rotten, relatively, but it is what it is, I suppose. So yeah, let's give it a try now. So I'm going to take this spring off, because I'm not really sure why that's even there. It could certainly do with a re-grease. I have to say the servo sounds all over the place. The motor's running fairly cool. I think this is the better mechanism, actually. Some of the, I think it's the earlier ones, had a problem. How was the 1500s? Had a problem with using a not very up to the job motor, and yeah, it would overheat quite quickly and jam and cause all sorts of problems. This seems fairly good. I think I have a capstan motor issue. And if I... it's a bit difficult, well, to see, for one. But there's a takedown mechanism part. I'll show this in a bit. I don't want to move the camera because it's balancing at the moment. So I've got to pull this lever here so it knows the cassette drawer is down, and then I've got to activate the cassette in sort of lever. Press play, so pinch roller moves, and then I've got to press the play button on the actual circuit board as well, and there is no capstan. So we've got a capstan issue, which is quite fun. The lacing is actually correct. I manually laced it. Well, I actually removed or took off the motor and just wound it round, and it is going right to the end of the stop. The capstan mechanism, sorry, the pinch roller mechanism to move this or engage it and engage everything is fine. It seems to be fine, but yeah, we're looking at a capstan motor issue. So yeah, let's crack on and have a look at that. So yeah, just to sort of go into detail, this has to go over for it to come on and sort of think that the drawer is down, but it is this here which is the tape down, and this unlocks the so I can't press that down. You can. So yeah, like I say, these linkages, they're a little bit not wonderful. I'd like to clean those at some point, especially before Tim has it back. But yeah, it's we have a servo issue now. Obviously, I mean, I need to get this shifted if I can, because Tim's so busy. He's just not got time. He's coming to pick up the slow 1700, the Sony slow, which was in a video months ago. So take a look at that if you want to see that. That was actually quite a cool repair. But yeah, so let's turn this over to see what's going on with the capstan. Yeah, just to get this going as quickly as I can. I have actually found a tape servo daughter board, so I'm going to swap it over and we'll see how we get on. So it is this one here. I should just be able to pull this out fairly easily. So there it is in all its glory. Main chip is RC4136D8, and whether that's the problem or something else, I don't know. We will have a look in a future video. Actually, I've got quite a few of these machines, and I will say I'm not experienced on these at all. I've worked on them on the odd occasion when they've come in, but I certainly am no expert on them. But on the same token, I wouldn't mind becoming one. somewhere near. So yeah, now the N1500 N1700 sort of switching, the ability to press 8, putting these resistors in circuit with the tape servo to play a 1500 tape, I don't know how that works, or how that can work, because I always thought that the control pulses are different between the two formats, because surely if that had been a compatibility thing, i.e. it was easy to sort of go between the two, Philips would have put a button on to, you know, they would have designed that in. But I think even, I mean, the DAC is pretty much identical between the two, you know, the later 1500 and the 1700, pretty much. The drum is certainly the same, but I can't see how you could realistically play a 1500 tape on a 1700. But we will have a look at that. I do have a machine that I'm reliably informed does switch between the two, using this same process, different value resistors, I believe. Can't remember now. But yeah, I don't know. So anyway, we've swapped the module. I do wonder if maybe this modification caused that module to pop, because there's, like I said, they're odd values, those resistors, and I just wonder if maybe somebody was experimenting and it went wrong. I don't know. I mean, it's interesting, one wire is actually going to a pin that isn't actually used. Maybe I'll work that out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So pin 9. Okay. Well, I suppose we ought to give it a try and just see if we've got any capstan rotation with that changed. So yeah, let's crack on. So I'm not looking necessarily for this to be working, but I need a decision on whether it's going back, or it can go back tomorrow. So let's power it on. I need to press that down and move that across. And that's working. That is actually working. You can see the capstan revolving. That's good. I do wonder if that switching was what actually caused the problem. Okay, so next thing, I suppose, I've already started giving it a clean. I'm not going to clean it out completely, but I'm going to get out some of the main grime, give the heads a clean, and yeah. I'm not going to resurface the pinch roller just yet. A tiny bit of grease on there somehow. I did actually grease all of this mechanism as well. It really needed it. It drank it up. I was very careful, but obviously not quite careful enough, because I got a bit on there. How I managed that, because I was really careful. Anyway, yeah, so that's good. So I shall give this a clean. Clean the heads, and yeah, I suppose we'll give it a try then. Let's crack on. So let's clean the heads first. So I'm using the same method as I do on the beaters. And I am expecting these to be fairly mucky. Let's just do the upper drum as well. It's actually not that bad. Let's move the chips out of the way. Somewhere we've got a tool for... Where's that? It's usually under the door. Yeah, it's going to need a bit more than that, I think. Let's just move that head out of the way. And then we've got the interesting thing of not knowing what the cassettes I have are, what formats. I know one of them is a 1500. So I won't try that. Gosh, that was grubby. And I would like to rubber renew this pinch roller, but I'd like to actually play a tape in it first just to see what it's like. If it's okay, I may well rubber renew it just because it is quite shiny. I'm tempted. There's a clutched rubber reel here, a idler. I am tempted to put some rubber renew at least on that, because that's actually what's driving this. So yeah, I think I'll do that. Seems like a good plan. But like I say, I'm going to leave this. It doesn't actually look so bad now I've cleaned it. Let's get and do that. And you really can't see this. Let me put you in a better... There we go. I know this stuff's really bad for you, but I do like the smell of it. But only for a short while. So it's actually fairly okay. But yeah, not great. So that was worth doing. So I'm going to do some more cleaning. I won't bother showing it. And we'll put the top loading system back on and give it a try with the tape. Let's crack on. Okay, so, well, it's a bit cleaner. So let's get this put back in. So, push that down, and then little lock. That's in. So that's great. So yeah, let's try a tape. Thought before I actually put a cassette in, I will just run it a little bit, just in case there is any extra residue from, you know, isopropyl, whatever, because yeah, I don't really want tapes getting wrecked, so I don't have very many. So I'll leave that run until it stops, and then we will try a cassette. I'd sort of forgotten one slightly odd thing about this. When you set the clock initially, nothing will happen until you've got to press both buttons. It's so Philips. It's just, honestly. Just crazy. Gone too far. That'll do. Yeah, interesting. So set clock, press both. Once you've done that, everything else you can set, and it's all fantastic. Right, so giving it a few minutes to make sure it's absolutely dry. And let's try. There we go. Okay, so that didn't sound too promising, did it? Oh, and the Capstan's still running. What's going on there? Yeah. Is it something I've done? I can't see that I've got any contamination there. This tape doesn't look terribly special. Okay, well, we'll try the other one, I suppose. I have no idea what these cassettes are like. That's the problem. So take the spool guard out. I don't even know where these came from, to be honest. Yeah, the heads are stopping. Looks like I've got a head servo problem as well. Ah, joy. Okay. Well, I do have another can for that. Yeah, the heads are just stopping. Okay. So we've got a head drum problem as well. Gift that keeps on giving. So again, I'm going to change the can. I think I've got a good one, and hopefully we will have a functioning machine. But I've got a few of these machines to look at, so we will look at fixing the cans, which could be quite fun. Not really because they'll be hopefully terribly difficult to fix. Just getting the parts. But yeah, let's try and find another head servo can. Let's crack on. So the head servo can is this one, all powered off. And just take out the PCB if I can. It seems a bit reluctant to come out. Shouldn't really be. I mean, assuming it is this. It's actually quite warm. Okay, so I suppose we can try and swap this over and see if that makes any difference. I do wonder if it is going to be this, but yeah, like I say, it's a bit of a rush job, so we'll see. Let's crack on. Well, I've found 4 more, but they all have crosses on them, which, yeah, it's probably not going to be great, is it? I am tempted. Somewhere I have a service manual. I would like to spend the time just doing this properly, but like I say, I have to do this quick, so this is really amateur. But why that's so tight? I am tempted to change the two electrolytics and just see if that makes a difference with this module. And yeah, then maybe look at the other ones and just see if maybe one of them's been misdiagnosed. But yeah, they're all looking like they are faulty. Maybe I can make one out of several of these. Change the caps while I'm about it, and yeah, there's only two, so I don't know. It's getting really late, so I think I'll sleep on it, and maybe if I can find the manual somewhere. I think I've got a printed manual, but oh well, that's actually got rust on it. So maybe that might be retrievable, bizarrely, because I can just change that variable resistor, and that might actually be a functioning board. Oh, maybe not. It's not looking great, is it? Okay. Well, yeah. Let me have a think and change those two caps on this one. I mean, the heads are revolving, so can't be too much wrong with this. It's just they're revolving and then it just like shuts down. It's like a safety thing. Can't think what else it could be actually, but yeah, let's just see how we get on. So it's the day of Tim collecting his machine, and hopefully this one will be going too, but I still have problems. So I took apart the took apart the head servo U219 units, and here's another one. Checked the transistors. I replaced the two capacitors electrolytics. They both checked okay, except they were reading high, and one of them did have some sort of residue on the bottom of it. So not sure, but anyway, changed them. Couldn't really check the op amp. It's a BC221 on the other one. This is a UA741, is it? TC. So it's obviously an equivalent there. I have actually bought a TBA 241 just as a spare, because they're a bit difficult to get hold of, original ones, Siemens ones. So yeah, so the heads now run really well without a cassette in it. It's fine. The heads spin up. It doesn't cut out quite so quickly. It like times out in the what I would think is the right sort of time to time out, if that makes sense. It was shutting down much quicker previously. I did have problems with this not moving out the way, so you couldn't eject. So I think there is some sort of spring here. I don't know whether it necessarily goes there, but there's a place for a spring to locate on the top there. This is stretched, so I'm going to have to sort that out, just so it doesn't ping off. But that's fixed it, so that's fine. I did re-grease all of this. I would have liked to have stripped it down really, because it still feels a little bit like there's old grease in there, causing it to not move maybe as smoothly. Also got a bit of that rust off. But problem I've got is the belt's bad. It's actually slipping. So when I put a cassette in, the tape wraps, and the head just slowly slows down. And when you look underneath, you can see the head drum motor is rotating absolutely fine, and the heads themselves, the actual drum just grinds to a halt, so it's just slipping. So yeah, that's the next thing, is to try and find a belt. Let's crack on. So I'm wondering if I can actually just get this belt off without having to take off the actual gosh, yeah, it's a shiny belt. Yeah, probably can. Don't know whether, well, yeah, maybe I can do something. But yeah, you can actually see there how that's been skidding about. Still got a good bit of stretch in it, but it's been slipping about. The other belt feels new. I just wonder if somebody's tried to, well, has had to put a new belt on and it wasn't quite tight enough. So it's been skidding about and really not performing very well. So yeah, I'll also need to clean up the bottom of the drum. The actual pulley looks good on the motor, but the drum side of it has got quite a lot of rubber contamination. Obviously slipping on that has caused it to sort of grind off the belt. So yeah, I'll dig out another belt and we'll take it from there. Well, I've put a new belt on. It's a little bit tighter than I would have liked, but it's gone on fine. I managed to do it without taking this off. The only thing is I didn't film it because I couldn't get the camera myself, and battling this board as well to sort of all fit in. So yeah, but that's on. So I think what I'll do is I'll put the top loading mechanism back in, and we'll try a tape, see what happens. Okay, so here goes. And okay. Well, I've got no picture. Bit of damaged tape. It is right near the... Is it? No, it's near the beginning of the tape. Yeah, this tape is a little bit damaged. Now, have I got a 1500 or a 1700? Can I tell from the sound? Could do with some speech. That sounds right. I don't know what it is. It's obviously sort of working. Ah. There we go. So that's an N1700 cassette, so that's worth knowing. So, yeah, let me try and find a 1700 cassette. Yeah, you see this is a 1500 cassette as well. I've got a third one. I just don't know whether I've got any 1700 cassettes anymore. Which is a bit of a nuisance. I've got a brand new blank one, but that's not much good to me. I do think the machine is working though. This is obviously, you can't, it can't play it back. I mean, occasionally I do see like bits in the image, like it is like picking up the odd part of a frame, but yeah, that's not good. Okay, let's try this other cassette. Yeah, it's another 1500. Oh dear. Well, I think all I can do is let Tim take this with him. I don't even know if he's got a 1700 cassette. I mean, I think that was part of the reason he brought it to me in the first place, was just like, oh, if you find his 1700 cassettes, play it. But I just don't think I've got them anymore. I think I parted with them when I sold a machine like 10 years ago. And obviously, oh, it's a bit noisy, isn't it? But obviously, yeah. So not much more I can do with this at this stage. Like I say, it's a bit of a rush job anyway, just to get this back to Tim. But yeah, I need to refresh my memory on these machines as well. I've got quite a few to do, so I'll have a good chance to do that. And I will say I've never worked on many of these over the years. I mean, I had one from college that was given to me from college to play with, which was one of the wood and silver effect ones. I've actually got 2 of those now to be looked at and gone through, and we've got the tapes. Yeah, and then I came across 2 more, maybe 2 or 3 more since then. So yeah. And every time I've got to like refresh myself. So you've actually seen me struggle. You've witnessed me struggling, which is probably quite nice. I don't know. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this one. Something a little bit more decisive coming along next week. And until then, I shall bid you farewell. Bye for now.